Who are you, my friend?
I can't see the...
Introduce yourself, please, for the audience.
Hello, I'm Douglas Taylor, and I have a few short poems for you today. By the way, I hope you all had a pleasant Thanksgiving, all things considered. Personally, I promised myself this year that I would not gorge on leftovers.
Good luck.
But I just couldn't quit cold turkey. I know that.
I walked right into that. Ooh, ow. It's vaudeville.
So without any further delay, let's get this show underway. The first poem is titled, Bigotry is Really Small. Bigotry is an equal opportunity dysfunction. Anyone can become a member. The only requirement is an ability to hate. Hate any race, religion, sexual orientation, nationality, or gender, not your own. It is along the lines of that old tradition, scapegoating and prejudice, with all of the barbaric brutality that comes along with it. A custom more honored in the breach than in the practice. The antithesis of what it truly means to be an American. Here are some things you should know. It fosters small-mindedness, and it impedes growth. It chills the human heart and disrupts the flowing milk of human kindness. It decimates the human spirit created in creative image, rendering the soul a place where decency declines to dwell. Allowed to go untreated, the host shrinks into a shrunken, shallow shell of its former noble self, and makes the lives of others an arduous, derisive hell. Quote, "You are made to hate each other because upon that hatred is rested the keystone of the arc of financial despotism which enslaves you both." Tom Watson, American populist leader, 1886, the year of the Haymarket Massacre in Chicago. This next poem is titled, It's All the Rage. Hate blocks out the light, brings darkness to the soul, makes it hard to find the way. Violence is its byproduct, corrodes the nation's core, till at last it fails. The heart that's ruled by hate is doomed, and the land in which it breeds, endangered. I'd like to digress for a moment to give you just a little background on this next poem. People sometimes wonder, from where do writers get their ideas? What inspires a poem? This poem was inspired by a typo discovered by a colleague in a classic novel titled Billy Bathgate. The line was supposed to read, "To the manor born," that's M-A-N-O-R, but instead it was printed, "To the manor born," M-A-N-N-E-R. Intrigued that the typo seemed to have a meaning of its own, I was moved to create a poem around it. Here's the result of that effort. To the manor born. The vile, vain, and vicious pomposity that permeates from the political machine's predilection towards corporate corruptive criminals, creates concentric circles over liberty's decomposing carcass, that causes longing lamentations to be launched from suffering souls who sing songs of despair. But they were not to this manner born, not to this manner of existence born. Oh no, they are seeds sown by circumstance in the fertile firmament of infinity. They have been shaped upon the anvil of adversity and forged within the furnaces of fortitude, then tempered in a testament of tolerance. Honed upon the sharpening stone of sympathy, they've been polished for the purpose of prosperity in perpetuity for souls who suffered subjugation. The society of souls that have endured endorse a social environment no longer established on exploitation, punishment, and control, but rather one that has evolved into compassion and cooperation through understanding. For surely such as humanity was meant to be of a more noble manner born.
Here, here. Who wrote Billy Bathgate? Who wrote Billy Bathgate?
Oh, I forget his name. I know the last name is Dr. Worth or Dr. something.
They did make it into a movie in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes, yes. Okay, and finally, last but not least, which oddly enough, the subject matter of this poem is most often last and final. The writing on the tombstone. Take note, young man, as you walk by, where you are now, there once was I. Where I am now, one day you'll be. Just so take heart and follow me. To follow you I'll not consent until I know which way you went. I went ahead to clear the way. Enjoy your life until that day. These words, written on wind and blown, have settled here, now carved in stone. You see, it was the same with me. Your destiny is my legacy. And that about wraps it up for today.
That's cool.
Oh, the writing on the tombstone. I just wanted to thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed it. I have another hope. My grandmother used to say, no matter how bad things got,
Thank you, everybody.
no matter how bad things got, there are always going to be some bright moments.
Hey, thank you.
Therefore,
And we'll start it again.
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, because I have to edit it out.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the end. This poem is ended.
Wait, just because I can make the edit.
Right, so this will make it easy.
Go ahead.
Thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed it. I have another hope. My grandmother used to say, no matter how bad things get, there'll always be some bright moments. Therefore, I hope for all of you over the upcoming holidays that they are filled with a multitude of bright moments for you. So that's it for now. So until next time, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Abyssinia.
Here, my friend.